Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting podcast. Sean Higgs, Chip Chirimbes coming at you on Friday. Back from the All-Star break here. MLB center stage here on the 18th. We'll get to a pair of free pick winners for you in just 1 minute. But you're hanging out here on the YouTube channel. Hit that thumbs up like button. Subscribe. You don't want to miss out on the free picks here with our Major League Baseball, soon to be NFL, and then NFL preseason and college football, and then it's going to be NBA regular season with the NBA Cup in October. It's hockey. You're going to miss bowl games, and next thing you know, it's Valentine's Day, and we're discussing what to get for your significant others. I'm only kidding. It's July. We're not going to rush things, right, Chip? We're going to talk some MLB today. We'll rush you to tonight's free pick winners. Leave a comment what you think about these two games. Yanks at Braves. Houston at Seattle. Those are on the agenda today. But before we get to that, head on over to gamblersworld.net. Listen, me, Chip, we got some friends with us. That's where you'll find all of our top plays, our premium action, our best bets, whether it's Chip crushing WNBA, although they're at a little break right now themselves. They get a little a rest before they battle down the stretch here for their championship in September. Or, you can do some CFL. Whatever you want. GamblesWorld.net for the daily best bets. Here you go. MLB savings. Go get it. All the picks for the World Series. You see it scrolling. You can read along right with me. 429. Can't beat that. All games. And let's be honest, Chip. The way they do these MLB playoffs, this will take you probably to almost November, right? I mean, you'll be locked in. And I think we have it's NFL preseason's a couple weeks away, but early bird NFL, less than $25 a week through the Super Bowl.
And Sean, I want to say this, that the preseason is one of the most profitable times of the year, and players don't like playing it, and I don't understand why, because we have a plethora of information coming in as to who's playing, who's not playing, and we're able to read what's going on. And it's a time, I just want to tell the players, this is the time to take advantage of the NFL and build yourself a bankroll before the season starts.
We'll be talking about some NFL as the month progresses here, and obviously we have the Hall of Fame game coming up. We can talk about different things like that. But you bring up a good point with the preseason football. People either love it or hate it, and that's fine. I feel the same with like any kind of preseason.
Right.
I think football is – I think you get a better angle based on coach speak of who's playing, who's not. But baseball is just the same, right? I mean, baseball, hey, this is our guys. We're going to roll out these 7 pitchers today.
But it's different if you don't have a Sandy Koufax pitching as opposed to a quarterback. Your top quarterback's not playing, and you're trying. So sometimes they're just running tryouts, and a coach will let you know he's really not interested in winning, and you really should take advantage of that. And this is a time when so many people aren't even paying attention, Sean. It drives me crazy every year because they're games that just stand out. I mean, last year we had Kansas City, the defending Super Bowl champion, was a 6-point underdog at home. And there's something telling you they're not going to play anybody right there. So,
a lot of these teams when they play, they have their joint practices, right? And those are where they're really kind of playing hard. And then when it comes to the game, we're going to try out this. We're going to leave a guy in there to see if he does anything. Yeah. Or also, we're talking NFL here before we get to baseball. I like to see. I think it's a good thing to look at, Chip. Sometimes you're playing a team in the preseason who you're going to face in a regular season.
Right.
So you absolutely know that it's going to be a flat-out vanilla offense from both teams. Maybe one has some guy who's looking to make a name for himself, who's trying to catch on as a backup or a practice squad guy. He might have a good game and have 2 touchdowns. And listen, that's all fine and dandy.
You're absolutely right about the early season, preseason totals. I mean, playing them under because their offenses aren't in sync at all, and all the defense has to do is run to the ball. So, major advantage early in the year.
Yeah, again, some people love it, some people hate it. How can you bet that? Well, hey, to each his own. We're going to have records. You're going to see them. We're going to come on here every day after it, whether it be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever the day of the week it is. We're going to talk about that game. Next day we'll come in and be like, I told you so. Easy money. Easy money. Speaking of easy money, again, The football package, less than $25 a week through the Super Bowl at gamblersworld.net. Go get it. But listen, it's baseball today, back in action. All the teams playing. It's funny. We do see, last night there was a couple TBDs up, and you're thinking to yourself, at least I was, Chip, how the heck are you having 100, 200, $300 million payrolls, $40 payroll, and you don't know who's pitching after being off for 4 days?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's amazing to me too. When you see that, they have all the time in the world to rearrange and even change it if they wanted to, and they don't know what they're doing the first day out. It seems kind of strange.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, some teams on Sunday had pitchers listed. Cleveland had their pitcher listed on Sunday and on Monday for today.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things we could, me and you old school guys, like, how don't you know who's pitching? But we do know who's pitching here pretty much in our games here. And first game up here, our Yankees, going to throw out the Enigma, Stroman. They're looking to trade him early season. They want to get rid of him in the offseason. Garrett Cole goes down for the year, and all of a sudden he gets his wish. He's a starting pitcher here versus Spencer Strider. Now, the Braves have their own problems, right? This season has been a lost season, and injuries again, the offense lacking. And on a side note to this Braves team, what was it, like 2-3 years ago, this offense was ridiculous, right? I mean, Michael Harris, Ozuna, Riley, Acuna, everybody was on all cylinders. The whole team, you're like, wow, this is ridiculous. They signed these guys to some of the younger guys, like 5-6 year contracts, thinking we're going to lock in the young players. That seemed to be the anomaly. That seems like the off year. Everybody had their career year in one time, which is kind of odd. I don't think they're sellers here. This game is a pick 'em. Listen, Strider. We've seen guys come back from their injuries. Takes them a little bit. His win-loss isn't there, which is, I think, more of a fact of the offense than his pitching. But I'm not. I mean, Stroman. No, thank you. I'm all about the Braves here today.
Yeah.
Again, this is your game. Total's 8.5. What do you think?
I think you got to fade Stroman. That's my first thought. But whenever I see this New York and this Yankees and the Braves together, I keep thinking of Jim Leyritz in 1996, which turned the World Series around. I can't help it. Yankees only 10 games over 500, 53 and 43, come down a long way. 7 games under 500 on the road, Sean. And Atlanta, as bad as they've been, is 2 games over on at home. Strider 3-7, hasn't thrown all that bad. His ERA is under 4. He has given up 8 home runs in 61 innings, and that's a bit much. Only 48 hits, though. He comes into this season, Strider, he's 3-7 right now, right? I mean, he entered the season 32-11 in his career, 32-10 for his career, but he hasn't pitched in 2 years virtually. The Yankees are easy here. They go 16 straight games under. They've now gone 12 games over. So you just play them over until that streak ends. I don't even think about it. I was worried about with Strider. He might be coming up with a good effort, but you're throwing Stroman out there. I don't have any problem playing this game over. I really don't. I think it's a play as long as Stroman's out there. And Yankees are, by the way, minus 850 on the year, and the Braves minus 2367 at $100 unit.
Yeah. Well, listen, a lot was thought of the Braves this year. Strider's coming back, but again, as you said with him, last year, I mean, he was out. He got hurt. What do you expect of a guy coming back from injury? He pitched 2 games last year. I thought he was kind of rushed back. I thought he'd be back in August, September. No, he's 11 starts. Again, a little rocky to start, but I'm with you on the over here. The Yanks, do they scrape probably a 3 spot off Strider, which he's been pretty much giving up for the year? Yes. And the Braves, as much as they've been an under team this year, 50-39, if you're going to give a last gasp, you beat up a bad pitcher. And Stroman is just that. He's a back-end innings filler, over 8.5 here. Go ahead.
Sean, they don't want any part of him. They tried the best they can to unload him, and there's no takers at this time. And Stroman's been one of those guys throughout his entire career. He'd pitch an excellent game, a great game, and not get a decision, or he'd pitch a really good game to a certain point, then all of a sudden give up 4 or 5 runs. And his win-loss record is nowhere near what it could be. I mean, he could be a lot better, and I think a lot of that has to do with his teammates' attitudes towards him when he's on the mound, because he's not the most popular player on the club.
And when you look at his career numbers, right? He starts 20, 30 games. 32. I mean, look at this. 20 is rookie year, 32, 33, 19, 11, 21, 23, 25, 25, 29. Not bad ERAs.
No,
I mean,
that's
he had a
right.
bad
That's what I
year.
mean. He always seemed to have something that a
Yes.
Waterloo in every game, one inning that would give it up.
Yep. He has a bad start or he gets hurt. Like he sails along to like a 3.23 ERA for his first 12 starts. Then he gets banged up a little bit. He gives
Right.
up runs or he's nicked up. He misses 4 or 5 starts for the year. Just a weird, you look at his numbers. You figure a guy who throws 200 innings and gives up less than 200, less than a hit an inning would be a
Yep.
worthwhile kind of guy. Listen, not a
It
strikeout guy, but
it took me a
he,
while, Sean. It took me a while to catch on that this guy's just not going to win games.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's he is what he is. He's like the typical
Yeah.
11-9 pitcher over 29 starts. And
Right.
what day, it's talk about crapshoots. What days he's going to be on and what days he's going to be off. Rather not. Over is the way to go because he's either going to give up runs or his team will score runs for him. There you go. Official pick here, Chip Chirimbes. Again, this is just free pick, folks. 42 and 40 minus 185 with the free picks. I have to say, I was lazy. I should have went back to do when I was in Vegas to go look at you and Doug's run for those 3 days. I have to go back and do that to update the number. That's just me being. I was jumping into to football stuff in college and
Yes.
NFL, which is what I did over the All-Star break. But again, these are free picks. Chip's got the over 8.5. You want his best bets for today? Head on over to gamblersworld.net. Tim, what do you got going on for today's premium action? What do you got on tap?
Well, I have one play, of course, in Major League Baseball, but I'm coming off a 3-0 Sunday. I swept the board and it's 7-2 in the last 9 for the last 3 days with baseball. So kind of pleased with that. And of course, the last 2 times out in the WNBA. Can't wait for it to come back, Sean.
You're
Because we
crushing it.
had 2 more winners. I think we're 34-11 on the year, or 34-12, something along those lines. I mean, it's been a really great run for us, and I just hope it continues. I'm looking to post one game a day, and it's working out.
Well, it is when you're 32 and 11. That's off to you. Good job. There's nothing even to say about that. The number speaks for himself. 74% here from Chip in the W, as they call it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to look for a W here in MLB. And, Chip, you mentioned like we're talking about like a streak on Sunday. I hate that because we've had a couple days off and, it seems so long ago. We're like, you're having a nice month, but we haven't played in a
It's like
while here.
starting all over. That's why I only came in one play today, because I just, you've got to get a feel all over again.
Well, real fast here, if you go to gamblersworld.net, I do have a 3-pack up, but I have 8 games total. So, unlike you, I'm coming in crazy.
Where'd you
I'm
find
going.
8 games?
I found them and I got them, and we're gonna, and you're gonna get one for free here when we're doing Houston and Seattle. I got this game myself last night, and again, when I do the send out the free pick, I thought these games were going to be good. I mean, Houston, Seattle. Let's be honest. This is a first place battle here with the Stros and the Mariners and Houston. Hats off to you. If I had, I tipped the cap because I did not think this team would be in first place with their offensive, the lineup, and then you add on the fact that you'll lose Yordy for basically the entire season right now. He hasn't, he's done nothing when he came before he got hurt. Pitching staff, I thought would be solid. The bullpen, I thought would be solid. And it's carried him here. I mean, are you kidding me with the first place record here? 56 and 40. 56.
Yep.
I don't want to hear, well, they play the Angels, they play the A's. Well, everybody plays a bad team.
You got to
Can you
win.
beat the bad team? Can you beat the bad team? I mean, Charlie Morton, he's got a terrible 5 ERA in there. The guy's given up 28 runs in his first 5 starts. He's given up 20 in his other 15. If you beat the guys who are in front of you, you're going to just pile up wins. And Houston's been doing that. Seattle, again, a streaky bunch, right? I feel like we talk about this every year with them, Tip, whether it's in May or June or September, whether it's this year or last year, they start out slow. We can't hit the ball, right? The offense at home is terrible. They go on the road. They put up, 8, 12, and 15 runs versus Detroit, of all teams, on the road. Then they come home, they can't do a lick. You got a guy who's got 40 homers in your pocket. You got J-Rod, a little enigma. He seemed to have broken out on the road there in Detroit. Small faves here. Castillo on the hill versus Walter. Again, here, we talk about the TBDs.
Yep.
No Framber, no Hunter Brown. Now let's just roll out a little Walter action here, which is why the line's gone up. Let's be honest. It was like a 110-ish. It's jumped up here to the 130 range. I agree. This is to me a last gasp attack. If Seattle's going to battle for the West, you got sweep is be great. I mean, you have to take 2 out of 3, and you have to beat their least best. I don't even know how to word it, right? Because they push Framber back to Sunday. You got to get a win here versus their weaker starting pitcher. You're sending out Castillo, guy you paid a lot of money for, and ace in his own right. Get it done here at home. I'm laying the 130 here with Seattle.
Sean, Seattle every year seems the same, like you just said. And also, by the way, kudos to this Houston team. Like you said,
Right.
I mean, they've lost 5 of the last 6, but my goodness, 16 games over 500. You look at that and go, where'd that come from? And Seattle always seems to be a little disappointing, falling on their face. But we keep coming back to Seattle because of that staff. They're starting pitching, Sean, and this Brandon Wu. I mean, I think he's great. And you have
Yep.
Kirby and Castillo
Gilbert.
he's their low man. He's their 4th starter, maybe their 5th, and he was the ace with Cincinnati. So I think Seattle's got a lot of potential. It just when's it going to put it together? When's it going to happen? We're still waiting, aren't we? I mean, this Houston just drives me nuts because of you turn around and boy, there they are again. And Sean, you mentioned it, and my ex partner in New York just said the same thing to me over the break. What's with this team? And they're always there. And I think it has a lot to do with Altuve, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, listen, he's having a decent year. I mean, 277, which is down for him. Pena
Well,
was
he'll pick
good.
it up. He always starts slow. He's a second half player.
I mean, the pitching is just they're finding pitching. I mean, I look at this. Their worst pitchers are, who's this? Caleb Ort, 29 games at a 5 ERA. I mean, some bullpen guy. I mean, they're getting it done.
Yeah.
It is. I don't even know. I look at that team. I just shake my head that they're in first place. And I'm
Yeah.
with you on Castillo, Wu, Gilbert, Kirby. Who
Well,
I
that's
think
not
any
bad. That's
team.
not.
I I think the Dodgers would say I will take those 4 pitchers over who we have right now. I mean, they're all Castillo's over 30.
Yeah.
Everybody else is young, and yet here comes the offense. Every year they start slow. They're in slumps. We're on 3-11 runs. We're 10 games under. Then we got to battle back, and then you think they're for real, and
Well,
then they spit the bit again.
you have Riley there now, so at least they have something they can rely on. That they really can, they can starting point, shall I say? Um, he swings the bat pretty well from both sides. He really does.
They again free pick here on the Mariners minus 130. Seattle needs a bat. They should be calling Arizona for Suarez for third, maybe Arizona for Naylor for first base. They need a hitter because Raleigh's having a nice year. Arozarena's got some pop, and 250. Let's be honest, a 250 batting average today hit with 17 homers. You're taking that. The he's an all-star with
Yeah.
250
Yeah.
batting average.
Absolutely.
You know, the rest of the lineup leaves a lot to be desired after Julio Rodriguez and stuff. But the pitching again, any team would kill for this pitching staff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
honestly.
the only comparable staff that I think about is the Brewers. Milwaukee, especially with Woodruff coming back. They got a pretty good front line.
And that's another under the radar bunch with
Yeah.
their offense. How are they winning games? You look at that team, like what the
Watch out. I think
Priests
they're
are
going to come on in the
7-2.
second half myself.
You think they're gonna come on or fall off?
I think they're going to come on the Brewers in the second half. It looks like they're starting to get their lineup together. Yelich is he's healthy now. He's a big difference when he's healthy.
I can't believe this Brewer team is 56-40. I really can't. Talk about a smoke and mirrors bunch. That would be one
Yeah.
of them for me,
Yeah.
at least. That is,
For sure.
shocking. That's a shocker there. I did not think. I think I have a Brewers under somewhere. I know I have the Cubs over. I have a St. Louis under. I don't know if I moved on to Brew Crew under.
I won't be surprised if the Brewers overtake the Cubs, and I know the Cubs are a much better team than they have been in the past. But
Yeah, but they find a way to lose. They find
and
ways to go
their
down.
June swoon's going to come late. It's going to come July or August. So
Yeah, or make it really. You know what you're saying? June, soon, July, or August. I don't know. I think it'll really kind of stick it to the fans or the goat, and it'll be in September. They'll kind of blow a 3-game lead and not only lose the division, but somehow miss the wild card game to boot, and people be losing their
hey, the
minds.
'69 Mets.
That's the way the Cubbies go down. That's like the Mets that one year. Remember the Mets were in first, and then Willie Randolph, and they just collapsed down the stretch and missed it all. Oy.
Yeah, and he's wondering why he got fired.
I liked Willie Randolph. He was a solid player, by the way.
Willie was great all the way around. I liked him as well.
All right, free picks. Again, we'll be talking some NFL stuff and more baseball stuff. We got trade deadline coming up. We should probably see some action pretty soon. But I like Seattle minus 130. Chip is on the over 8.5, Yanks and Braves. I'll get an updated line. I have to go do that for our numbers. Again, 42 and 40 minus 185, but I'm missing a couple games. I have to address that. Chip, it is July the 18th here on a Friday. Any good day in sports history today?
As a matter of fact, there are a few things I'm reaching for right now, Sean. In 1912, you remember that one? You don't remember that one? No, they'll go back. I'll go 1960 on this date on the National League decided.
I knew 1812 we had a war. I don't know about 1912.
1812, right? But it wasn't even us. And where were you? 1960, Houston and the Mets were added to the National League. They didn't start and play till 62, but it was on this date that they were awarded franchises. And on this date, 1961, because that was the expansion year in the American League, Roger Maris and Mick were both on huge paces to threatening Babe Ruth's record. So Ford Frick, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, determined that in order to be considered the home run king for a single season, you had to break Babe Ruth's record within 154 games. But, it's still a season record, single season record, no matter how many games you played. In 1962, on this date, I remember this one. Bob Allison was an all-star, not a bad ball player, and Harmon Killebrew both hit grand slams in the top of the first inning of a ball game. In 1969, a guy by the name of Joe Namath was forced to sell Bachelor's 3 on this date because he had association with known gamblers. And nowadays, he'd be a superstar in the NFL. And in 1970, Willie Mays got his 3,000th hit on this date. And Ty Cobb on this date got his 4,000th hit in 1927 against Lefty Grove. And that's pretty much it. I have one more out here. I can tell you that you guys know, you remember Jersey Joe Walcott. You know Jersey Joe Walcott. And Jersey Joe Walcott beat Ezra Charles in the 7th round of a sold-out fight in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Forbes Field. So got a little baseball note in there with the boxing, the heavyweight division. David Cohn also pitched a perfect game in a stay against Montreal, 1-0, 1999.
Yeah, Montreal. I love that Expos helmet. That's a nice helmet.
The Expos with the M?
Yeah, nice. I like those old late 70s, early 80s helmets. Then the Brewers.
I like the Brewers one where you have the B and the M and it looks like a ball and a mitt together.
It is. It's the glove and the B in there. It's an M and a B, the glove and a ball.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
Seattle had the Trident back in the day. Good stuff. I don't know. Anyway, we could reminisce about the good old days.
Hey, they're good now.
Hey, they're good when we win.
It'll be old tomorrow.
The same. You know how it is. You go back to your youth, and those were just different times. Again, the helmets. You got rid of the Expos. I don't understand.
I used to love the Patriot helmet with the players.
Oh, the guy down.
I like that one.
That's a good one. Yeah. You know what? I collect a bunch of crap. I should probably get into grabbing old hats.
You know what I have, Sean? I have a collection of patches, baseball patches, like the Reds when they had the guy with the baseball head and the bat in his hand, and they changed through the years. But I've got a collection of them from the 1900s on. Pirates had some great ones with the Pittsburgh,
Oh, you got to love the old pirate hat. Was like a crazy Like
Yeah.
they're running like they're train engineers or something with those big. The Padres had the dude swinging the bat too.
Oh, yeah. I would go. Some of them are really. I mean, I like looking at this stuff, Sean. I find out the names of some of these teams. I mean, the Brooklyn Colts and things along those lines that you didn't know existed. The Yankees weren't called the Yankees, and in 1912 they were still the Highlanders. So,
Highlanders,
yeah.
yeah. NJIT to Highlanders, New Jersey. NJIT Highlanders. It took the Yankees stole their name. They should sue for copyright infringement.
Oh, that'll work.
Speaking of the Yanks, Chip says to take the over 8.5. I like the Mariners minus 130. Those are your 2 free picks today. Head to gamblersworld.net. Chip's got a play up in Major League Baseball today. I got a 3-pack. You want something a little longer? Hello, season pass $429 through the World Series. Or I listen, a 30-day pass is going to be guaranteed, so we got to show you a profit over that time and credit your back. But again, long term is always better, whether it's a World Series pass for $429 or the NFL pass, which is just ridiculous for $25 a week, less for $529. Go get that one, folks, because no matter who you get, that pays for itself hand over fist at less than $25 a week. Because when we start putting up NFL, there'll be multiple games, multiple packages. You're not going to find a better deal than that. So get on board with that as long as that's available. I'm sure I'll probably be up for a couple weeks before the season starts. But $429 MLB for the season, $529 for NFL football. There you go, free picks over Yankees, Braves 8.5. Seattle minus 130 versus the Houston Astros. Chip, have a good weekend. See
Thank
you
you,
on
Sean.
Monday,
You as
everybody.
well.
Take care, folks.